Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Cam. It's Tuesday, March 16th, about 1:18 right now. So about 20 minutes after the close. Kind of a sideways day in the market. Most indices, they ended up mixed. S&P barely closed red. Nasdaq was up. Dow and Russell both down, so a little bit of mix. S&P did set a new high first thing in the morning, kind of sold off. And a lot of things were lower. If you can just see here on my watch list on the left, pretty red. Besides, the big tech names, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Apple, and Facebook. Facebook had a big day up. But we'll look at AMC first. So sold off pretty hard first thing in the morning. About time when the pre-market video came out, was looking to see if this 40 area would hold. Didn't hold. $13 would be the next target. That also didn't hold. Well, it held pre-market, but did not hold on the open. You'll see open, we got it right back up to about this 22 and 200 EMA on the 5-minute chart. That acted as resistance above, sold off really hard in the open. Got a slight bounce right here at 13 in the first 5-minute candle. Then we pulled back all the way down to this 127.2 fib, which is, if I zoom out here, maybe one more, which comes from the move in the last 2 weeks, right? So we had the high here on this Thursday to the 526 low, hit the 161 fib yesterday. If we consider this being close, went through it pre-market on the gap up, sold off, came back down to the 127.2, found buying support around that level. So really we hit the low today, 1234. You see we came into that a little bit here in pre-market from Monday, and also kind of corresponds to the early morning high push here for last Wednesday. And if we go down to the 5-minute, you also see just in that area too, that's kind of where on the first pullback off the open yesterday, right, pulled back to test the 9, it's about the level we held. And then for the rest of the day today, after this low around 7:30, we got a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, but couldn't get one right here at the end of the day. And it's just kind of something to notice too here. Volume in the last 10 minutes of the day was quite a bit lower than yesterday. So these two candles here, 1 million, 1.3 million compared to 4 million, 4.3 million. So 8 million to 2 million, 4 times about the difference in volume at the end of the day. And if you go out to the daily, you'll see the volume change as well. So volume yesterday 278 million, today 125, so less than half. And that volume today is kind of roughly about the average that we had last week. But if you look at mixed volume down here, if that makes it any bigger, right, kind of even buyers sellers, and it's just looking at the candle, right? So price sold off, but buyers came in, held it up, and we stayed with an inside bar on the day. So like I've said in a lot of my other videos, inside bar play, just easiest one you can have off a daily, right? So you put a target on the high, 1362, put one on the low, 1234. If it breaks either one, you go that direction, right? So if it goes to the high, you're going long. If it goes to the low, you're going short. But it looks like the buyers did come in to protect this 12.56 level, and so these blue histogram bars on the right side of the screen represent volume in that area. And I should probably take snapshots of these each day, or not snapshots of these each day, because this area here, between 12 and 14 was significantly lower. So that's a good sign that we are putting a lot of volume in here. And this base, as you can see, this right where the cursor's at, you can see that on the video. But this area right in here is all new volume from the last 2 days, because this area here was from about 12.5 down to 11 was not a high volume area, and there was that resistance above at 14.5, $14 to $15 area, and now we're putting in a lot of volume below. So hopefully this volume that came in will act as a springboard to go higher going forward. You see we still are pretty far away extended from the 9 EMA, so if something, say we do sell off tomorrow, if we keep following GameStop down, which we'll look at next, could eventually go back to pull into this 9 EMA, which is sitting at $11 right now. And there's also a little, you could say a volume gap, and then we do have the gap on the chart from Friday to Monday if things go red. But we'll look to see if this buying in the second half of the day holds up going into tomorrow. Looks like aftermarket somewhat going negative right now, but GameStop was doing that right now. So we'll hop over to that chart. So GameStop started sell off pretty early in pre-market, somewhat similar to AMC. First little bit of the day, got down here to the 175s, and then we bounced, and then we got some better action in the afternoon than AMC. Actually got this cupping action, put it in the new high of the day, intraday high. Tried to test that 220 area, which has acted as resistance before, couldn't get past it, and sold off into the close at 208, and then you see after hours we're a little bit lower right now at 204. But pretty significant move down, right? So if we're just looking at fibbed here, we got through the 38.2, got the bounce off the 61 yesterday, closed right on it, fell back below it today. Buyers came in, pushed it back up to that level, but the sellers held it, sold it off. Right, see corresponding to right here when we tested that 22 on hourly and the fib level. So could look to this to keep rolling over tomorrow, maybe gap down a little bit more, back down to this 186 level, see if we can find some more buying support in that area. Now down 175, 186. 175 basically corresponds to this sharp drop on Wednesday. The flash crash in 30 minutes got down to 172. And the Monday from last week, we do have buyers in that area, which is acting as support today. If we go to the daily, you see basically in between the 9 and the 22 right now. We got actually higher volume today than we did yesterday, and a lot of buying volume. So it could be the same scenario like AMC. We'll hope to see that the buying support today holds, and then we'll push this thing up. So if we're playing off this 38.2 fib, we get buyers come in, get us above that 220 level. Probably look to go back up into this 242, 79, 50% fib quickly if 220 can be broken above. But as you see, right, so pretty still thinly volume up above. Are getting a larger base here at 175, right? So a lot of volume of that came from today. That acts as buying support. New buyers coming in, pushing this thing up. We'll look to go higher. But rolling over aftermarket right now, see if it can get a move later or a gap for tomorrow. I didn't look at the AMC options, so that's my mistake. But AMC, a lot of option volume between $13 and $15 both ways. GameStop, I'm sure will have a bunch as well. A wider spread. But other stock I was watching today moving. So Lizhi, LIZI. So they actually had a report come out from Citron. So Citron, the old short seller, got caught up in the GameStop stuff, and Tesla previously before that. But they actually came out with a positive report on Lizhi as being a competitor or a similar product to Clubhouse and Roblox. Roblox just IPO'd last week. But you'll see here, just from its past chart, made a big move at the beginning of February, up to 1675. Sold off down to the $7 area, held this 200 moving average, and then crossed back over the moving average, put an inside bar in, and then today ripped higher on volume, right? So we put in 62 million in volume. So when this thing hasn't moved, volume's been really thin, right? So we got basically 4 days right here concentrated on volume. 1 day back here at the beginning of December, but in between there, not a lot of volume. So you can kind of see that here with the volume chart. Probably go out to the weekly because long term's a little bit higher, but a lot of range here. This volume being about the same, so 923 to 1675. So a lot of volume in there, but this thing moves pretty quickly. The spreads have been tight, but if it goes one direction or the other, it can run. So if we just draw our fibs here, so we'll go 1675 down to 195. Get on it, close enough. Go back to the daily. Right, you see we basically have been basing off this 50% fib, Thursday, Friday, and on Monday. Test of the 61 on Thursday, hammer bar, inside bar on Friday, Positive news comes out today, sends this thing higher. So that news came out, and the Citron's report came out right about 8 o'clock, and then ripped, halt, pushed us all the way up, and then kind of consolidating here. After hours, did get a sell-off here at the 11 o'clock hour, which basically the entire market was selling off at this time. But held 1262, pushed us all the way back up to 1446. So this thing does move pretty quickly with range. Closed at 1365, so it's up 30% on the day. So we'll look to see if this thing can carry momentum into tomorrow. So those were mainly the three stocks I was watching today. Cannabis stocks, which I talked about in the pre-market video, all kind of rolled over, went sideways, and then sold off a little bit. Down, CGC is down, almost 5%. So didn't get a bounce there. Crypto stocks were down as well. Bitcoin just stayed in range. Looks like it could be moving here higher in a little bit. But those three are mainly it: AMC, GameStop, and Lizzie. So let me know what you guys are watching. And as always, we'll see you in the next